Well, folks, I welcome all of you in this live session. My name is Dr. Bibhuti. I'm a psychiatrist, but today I am going to talk about few basics, few key points about a very controversial topics, astrology. Um, Actually, I was thinking for a while to talk about the few key points that I learned over the period of the time, so that other can have some idea. Um, First and foremost, I'm not so expert on astrology. Still, I'm learning, and nor I do believe or disbelieve astrology. I'm not sure it's true, false. It's a science, pseudoscience. I'll leave for the audience. I was a type of person who didn't believe astrology till some point in 2015. Some of the circumstances and situation forced me to look deeply into the astrology, and along the journey of this curiosity, I found astrology is quite fascinating, has some meanings and sense, and um, still, when I have some times, I go and look at to understand the people, especially with whom I do not meet in person or I know very little about them, to understand their personality, their motive, how to deal with them. Having said that, um, I hope you will find also quite interesting from this discussion. So stay with me and share your thoughts end of the video. So, what is the astrology? It is a belt of the heavens within about 8 degree either side of the ecliptic, including all afferent position of the sun, moon, and most familiar planets. It is divided into 12 equal divisions or signs, such as Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. In astrology, a sign of the zodiac refers to one of the 12 specific constellations of the zodiac that the sun passes through. A person's particular signs of the zodiac is one that the sun was in when they were born. It is a belief in astrology that a person's personality can be predicted using their sign of the zodiac. So, this is uh, the astrology basically. So, let's talk about a bit of history about the zodiac. It actually originated in Mesopotamia around 3rd millennium BCE and spread to India, but it developed its Western form in the Greek civilization during the Hellenistic period. Astrology entered Islamic culture as part of the Greek tradition and was returned to the Europe culture through Arabic learning during the Middle Ages. So, you know, it started long time ago during the 3rd millennium BCE. I already mentioned there is 4 zodiac or 4 constellation. According to the astrology, um, peoples on this earth is divided into 12 zodiacs constellations, and also this 12 constellation is subdivided according to their elements. What are the elements? Mainly 4 in astrology they use to classify or differentiate one from each other: earth, water, air, and fire. So each element held three constellation. So what are the three zodiac or earth elements? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So there are three constellation or zodiac for the earth elements. They have very common traits, common key characters. Let's talk about that in combination for the earth zodiac constellations. How and how to deal with this type of person who has this constellation. Among the 12 zodiac signs, earth signs are considered the most grounded and down to the earth, pragmatic, practical, logical, reliable, and honest. They are also said to persevere. This makes them a force to reckon with, especially when it comes to tasks that require courage, creativity, and unwavering determinations. I personally met this type of persons who has these art elements in their zodiac, and they are very grounded, they are very practical, they are courageous, love to take the risks, and they will not stop to overcome their challenges. They are very grounded, very practical. The second element's zodiac constellation is water signs. They're very emotional. I'll talk about that. But what are those three constellations? Cancers, Scorpio, and Pisces. What are the common key characters or key traits water signs exhibit? They usually tend to be emotional and intuitive. In Chinese tradition, water is called waxing. It is the most in of the five elements, the most feminine, the most passive, and the most receptive, and the most hidden. So these are the feminine sign um, in the zodiac constellation: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And they usually very intuitive psychologically. They are sometimes pessimistic. They love to stay secret. They're very caring, especially household working, profession like nursing, healthcare. So this water signs are the feminine sign in the astrology. Now let's talk about the third elements, which is air signs. And these air elements hold three zodiac constellation: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What are the common key characters or key traits? Air signs. They analyze, synthesize, prove. They breeze through life, never stopping to catch their breath. They have a life and let live mentally, and their intelligence helps them make decision easily. So this air sense, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, they're very good communicator, public speaker, motivational speaker. They are very analyzing in nature. They can synthesize. They can think about this whole situation as a whole, and make they can make the very quick decisions. The last but not least, the fire sense. It has three zodiac constellation: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The common key characters or traits these fire signs exhibit: they're very passionate, creative, playful, and unafraid. to be the first. They get things energized. They bring warmth and light, and they get everybody inspired. On the other hand, they can also be destructive, inconsiderate, and selfish at times. So, um, every zodiac constellation has their pros and cons. Now, let's talk about each zodiac constellation. At least, let me share one strength and one weakness for each of the zodiac. The first zodiac constellation is Aries. These zodiac are very competitive, but sometimes they're insecure. The second zodiac constellation is Taurus. They're very loyal, but at times they're very stubborn. Gemini, they're versatile but impatient. Cancer, passionate but uncommunicative. Leo, confident but dominating. Virgo, perfectionist but self critical. The Libra, empathetic but indecisive. Scorpio, intense but secretive. Sagittarius, spontaneous but flighty. Capricorn, goal oriented but unforgiving. Aquarius, philosophical but detached. Pisces, whimsical but oversensitive. So these are one the strength and weakness for each zodiac constellation. Uh, Especially the astrology started during the period of Babylonians. On the basis of their observation of Babylonians and calculations, the Babylonians divided the sky into 12 areas, each of which was assigned a figure, name, and a specific meaning. This became the zodiac with its 12 zodiac signs such as Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, etc. Before concluding this discussion, is that scientist does believe astrology? Let me share a few things in the first and in the current situation. At the beginning of the 17th century, great scientists such as Tycho Brahe, Galileo Galilei, Jonathan Kepler, and Pierre Gassendi, now the best remembered for their roles in the development of modern physics and astronomy. All those people held astrology in high esteem. So they used to believe astrology, and they basically uses their astrological knowledge to create modern physics and astronomy. If you look nowadays around the globe, you will find there is a lot of scientists, a lot of psychologists. They believe astrology. I can give some of the name. Most I know personally who are is nowadays spiritual leader Deepak Chopra. He does believe astrology. I know Ralph Smart, a British criminologist and psychologist. He does believe astrology, and there is so many others believe astrology. So I don't know. It's a science, pseudoscience. It should be believe or not believe. I live on you, but learning has no curve, and I'll continue learning. And in the future, I'll come to share any new thoughts and any key points about astrology. Before ending, I remember another thing. According to the astrology, you can classify it as zodiac constellation according to the extrovert and introvert personality. There are six. There are six zodiac constellation. They belongs to extrovert personality. They are Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and other six usually tend to be introvert. Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. But it changes over the period of the time. It's good to know, even though you don't believe, and hope you will find some interesting things in this literature or in this learning curve. I hope you enjoyed my discussion. Again, this is Dr. Bibhuti Bhushan Das. I'm a psychiatrist from Office State, New York. Stay safe, stay connected, and stay blessed.